and welcome to another episode of the Anime Lounge Short Flight. I'm your host Lance, here to share with you guys episode 6 of Goblin Slayer season 2. And I'm going to start this off with, if you guys watched my last episode, I made a prediction that maybe the attackers on the cliff on the river wasn't going to be goblins and it might just be the elves. Turns out I was wrong. I wanted to throw a little curveball in there, but this show is such a straight arrow. Everything is like kind of the obvious, and I'm so shocked. I just wanted to see a little bit of a twist, but of course, this is Goblin Slayer, so we got to have goblins. And of course, goblins are freaking everywhere because now they're encroaching on elf territory, which is kind of strange because if you know anything about other anime, is elf territories are always like super magical and flourishing, and they always have everything under control. But now they got goblins approaching them from the outside. It's been doing this for 10 years, so that was pretty interesting. Of course, they're not too worried about it because they've seen dark gods and even things crazy like that. So I would be more interested to see more stuff like that, or even just gods in general, because that would put a big thorn into all of this goblin slaying business. Maybe they can go as far as having like some kind of goblin god or something. I wouldn't be too surprised if they do something like that. I was a little shocked to see that there was a beach scene. This episode, or the season in general, is kind of taking a little bit more of a typical anime route. It's not as dark and bloody as the first season was, so they're making it a little bit more appealing to like everybody. They're doing all the cliches, and now the beach scene enters. We get to see all our girls in bikinis, and got to do it. So that was whatever. It only lasted a couple minutes, which was totally cool. Get it over with. Then we get to see Anisan, the older brother. He escorts our whole entire crew to the village, to who now we get to meet up with the older sister, the one who's going to get married. And she was a little bit of a character, trying to be a protective older sister, telling our elf girl that she shouldn't be associating herself with dwarves, lizard men, and sketchy men like Goblin Slayer, because people are going to talk about them and get the wrong idea, because history has it that elves and dwarves never get along, and here they are teaming up together. So we know how it all plays out. We know it's all good. So they got to prove themselves that they're a capable team, because there's a freaking dinosaur in the forest now. I don't know what to expect out of that. My first thought is to think that, like, I got to throw some kind of curveball at this. Maybe this is some kind of other high noble kind of guy making his appearance, and maybe he's riding this dinosaur and that's his mode of transportation or something. But I just got to go with the way that things have been going. And this is a straight arrow shot, straight arrow anime. So I think this is going to be a threat. This dinosaur is going to try attacking everybody, and our crew is just going to have to be the ones to take him down and be the heroes of this whole entire wedding, and everybody's going to love them, and we're going to have a happy ending. Speaking of happy endings, no one's coming close to dying or anything like that. And happy endings too. We got some anime logic back on that river when the high priestess uses her purification spell to break that dam. That was some cheat code stuff right there. I didn't want to have it be that easy. We had the dwarf using some of his magic abilities, and he summoned like the Undine, the water spirit, to come and give him a boost. Which, first of all, that when he first summoned it, it gave the boat a speed boost. And why wasn't that thing being used earlier? And well, whatever, is magic, and probably had to save their power for later. But anyway, I wanted to see more out of that dwarf. The dwarf uses like a new technique every single time we see him, and he's very interesting. And we got to see a water spirit, and I wanted to see a little bit more come out of that. I actually wanted to see the water spirit lift up this boat, do some kind of small little tsunami wave over the dam, and get them to safety or something. Just a little bit more of the dwarf. I know he's powerful, and I want to see more of him. What do you guys think? Also, what do you guys think of this dinosaur, this fake elephant that the Goblin Slayer thought it was going to be? I thought that was a pretty decent joke. I'm glad they did a callback to that from the last episode, because Goblin Slayer has no idea what an elephant is. And this was a big gray animal, so of course it's close enough. So it was fun enough. Looking forward to this next fight. It's not a goblin, but it's something different, and I can't wait to see how they take this thing down. So we'll just see you next week. Before I leave, make sure you guys follow the Anime Show on Facebook and Instagram if you're not already watching it there. Stay up to date on everything anime related. They post stuff every single day about any kind of upcoming anime, even if it's like a year away. We got some information on stuff that not every anime page has. So it's great news there. And with that being said, I will catch you guys next week.